Hello everyone, Nadia Gurwell, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel where I talk about all different issues surrounding being a divorced parent. I talk and also raising kids close in age because I have 7-year-old triplets and a 5-year-old actually. So I talk about divorce, separation, co-parenting, raising kids close in age, dating while separated, sex, all that. So subscribe to my YouTube channel so you are up to date on all my videos, and also you will find videos on there that are going to add a lot of value to your life because these videos are from my heart and they are designed to help all my moms and dads in their everyday struggles. The topic today, my video, is how I went from being a separated mom of 4-year-old triplets and a 3-year-old to now building a media production company with a business partner. My journey started a little over 2 years ago, right? I got separated. I was into my marriage 6 years by that time. And my triplets were 4.5, I would say. Charlotte was, almost 3. And we got separated for, XYZ reason. And that was like the beginning of like my bottomless depression, I would say. I had many, many days where I just didn't want to get out of bed. I didn't. I saw no reason to get out of bed. I just wanted to stay in there and cry all day long and watch TV and eat gummy worms and McDonald's and not do, it was horrible. It was horrible. I can't begin to tell you like how that really scarred me for life, that experience. Like I've said before, no one gets married thinking that it's not going to last. Everyone gets married with the dreams, with the hope that this is going to be forever, that you're going to have a beautiful family, that your kids are going to have both parents around all the time in the same house, that you're going to be loved by this person forever. And when that doesn't happen, for whatever reason, your world comes like tumbling down and real quickly. So, like I said, I had a lot of nights where I couldn't sleep because of the stress, because of like just my heart just hurt a lot. Like my heart, like it hurt, it was painful from like the sadness that I had, from the separation. Like I had like this horrible period of intense depression and anxiety. I thought about all the time, I had like flashbacks, and I did a Facebook Live on this a little while ago. I had flashbacks of when, the kids were babies, when we got married, when we got engaged. It was like a time capsule. Like I kept getting flashbacks of all these different memories, and they kept like just shaking me up all the time. At that time, when I got separated, I didn't really know what was going to be of me. I was scared to death. I was scared to death because I had not been working for a while. Their dad was like, the sole provider. To me, it was like, what am I going to possibly provide to this world? I've been a stay-at-home mom for all these years. It'd be very difficult for me to go back to a part-time job because I have small kids, and they, one of them gets sick, one of them to have school, early release. It'd be very hard to hold down a job like that. So I knew that I had to do something that was on my term, self-employed, that was in my terms. So if some situation came up with the kids, I was able to be there, drop everything, and go to them, because they are really important to me, more than what I do as for work now. My kids are more important than that. So, but like I said, I went through a lot of uncertainty, a lot of doubts, a lot of like feeling unworthy, a lot of like not feeling that I had any value, like I not contribute anything to this world. And I had a lot of loneliness. I mean, with that came a lot of loneliness, a lot of loneliness. You know, having someone in your life for all those years and then coming to the point where you have no one in your life, that didn't sit with me well at all. So that also, added to like my depression. And then I had like this huge hole in me of emptiness that I could never fill because I felt so lonely and so sad and going to sleep alone, not having anyone there to be with me and console me. And I had to like just go through all this experience by myself and learn to like soothe myself and comfort myself and say, you know what, you're gonna get through this. It's gonna get better at some point. But I just, of course, I didn't, I didn't know when that was gonna be, when it actually was gonna get better. I had no idea. I thought it would never get better. I mean, of course, bad times don't last forever, but good times don't last forever either. And every day was like a roller coaster, at the beginning. Some days were okay, some days were horrible. Other days were like, what I did, at the beginning a lot was I worked out a lot. It helped me. It kept me grounded. It helped me like, face what I was going through. It helped me also, like work on myself, how I looked, because I knew that I had to like work on myself so I would feel better also, because I felt so unlovable. Really, I really felt unlovable. Like, who's gonna love me? Who's gonna want me? Really, who's gonna want, a single mom of 4 kids? Who? Men don't want like women who have all these kids and have nothing to offer. So it's like I felt like I had nothing to offer this world. So that was another thing that was like weighing heavy on me for a long time. It really wasn't, until I signed up for a coaching program, actually that same year when I got separated, and it was a mastermind. It was through a network marketing trainer, a really good one. And that really like just, it saved me from not completely spiraling out downward, because it gave me something to look forward to. I figured out what my niche was, what I had to do moving forward, how I could make money, what my message was. That really like helped me immensely. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now if it wasn't really for that program and God. So I realized also, that I liked videos, that I liked telling my story, that I liked telling people my struggles. Because for one, it helped me release all that sadness that I had and all my worries and all my fears. And then it helped other people relate to me who were going through what I was going through. So they would say to me, you know what? You have helped me. You have no idea. Your videos are so inspirational. I figured out that like, I had nothing to lose. Like, I was very transparent. I had nothing to lose. I was not accountable to anyone. So I could really mainly talk about anything I wanted. Of course, I was careful. I'm always careful not to go into detail, like what happened, with my marriage, because that's no one's business, or to talk about, their dad. If you ever watch my videos, it's all about me. It's all about what I'm going through my journey and my kids, and that's all. But videos, became my outlet. It became a way for me to like tell my story, tell my message, help other moms and dads, and also help myself at the same time. Now, going, through this journey, going through this difficult time has, made me into like, who I am now. But do I wish that like it would have been in a different way? Of course I do. I never wanted to go through this. Never. Some people say to me, you're going to look back and say it was a blessing. It's not. It really isn't. Because, I don't have my family anymore. That's not a blessing. really. I mean, I wish that I would be where I am by not going through what I went through. Does that make sense? And it's not a blessing. I mean, it's God, what God wanted for me. I mean, yes, I had a lot of days where I blamed God. Like, I was angry. I was really angry. I was angry at the world, angry at God. Like, why did I have to go through this? I never wanted to go through this. Why did He let this happen to me? And I realized, that difficult situations, painful situations happen to everyone. No one's exclusive to it. Everyone's going to go through some kind of like emotional crisis, difficult, painful situation at some point in their lives. You just don't know who it is, and you don't know what it's going to be. So it's not exclusive to anyone. Have I liked going through it? No, I've hated it. I've hated it. I felt a lot of times like I was just touching flames over and over, and I kept getting burned continually. And I had this wound that just wouldn't heal. And I had like this horrible time of like sadness, just depression, where I couldn't stop crying. I would cry over and over and over, and I would cry in my car. I would cry in the shower. I would cry before I went to bed. I would cry when I wake up in the mornings. I would cry at the gym. I would cry in videos. I would cry when I was cooking, when I pick up the kids. I mean, it was just horrible. Like, I couldn't stop crying. I just could not stop crying. And, I said to my doctor, my holistic doctor, I said, I can't stop crying. And she says, it's what you're going through. She goes, don't try to hide it. Don't try to cover it up. Just let your body feel it. And that's how you're going to heal. It's a mourning process, and you're going to feel it. You're going to have these feelings of, grief and sadness and anger, and then, acceptance. And she was right. She was right. And I wanted, of course, the process to be over quickly. I wanted it like, I wanted to feel better, like ASAP. I wanted it to be like over in 6 months. That's just not how it works. With this kind of situation, it takes years. It takes years for it to for you to clear your head, for your emotions to get back into check, for you to get some perspective. It takes years. It doesn't take 6 months. I wouldn't even say a year. For me, it's just been recent. It's really been recent. And now it's over 2 years. But it's only been recent that I started feeling like, things are finally falling into place. I'm accepting it. And I know what I'm doing now. And I can finally, feel a little bit happy sometimes. But it's been a challenge, So my message right here is that, like I said, bad times don't last forever. Good times don't last forever either. But if you're going through a situation like this, separation and divorce, just be good to yourself. Really be good to yourself. Take care of yourself. Work on yourself consistently if you're a mom. And know that that you are worthy, that you bring value, that it will get better. Surround yourself with people who will lift you up, who will praise you, who will bring, a lot of good things into your life, and learn how to deal with the ups and downs of this process, because it's a process, that, you're gonna go through. And also, keep in mind that you are important, that the kids are important, but you're also important. So it doesn't mean that because, you're getting divorced or separated that you don't have a life. You do. You also have a life. Don't just blindly, throw yourself into the kids and they become your life. No, you also want to enjoy yourself and have fun and make something out of yourself. You also want to enjoy your time alone, making more friends, developing a social circle, starting your own business, working out, taking care of yourself. So it's not all that awful, but it is hard, and it is heartbreaking, and it is painful, and it will test you, and it will test you beyond what you've ever been through, and it's highly stressful. And you will have a lot of ups and downs, but it will get better. And I mean, did I, ever envision, that this would be like my life? No, never in a million years. I thought the moment I got married, this was it. This was it. It was a sealed deal. I was going to be happy with my kids and their dad, and I don't know what I was going to be doing, because at that point I had no idea what I was going to do with my life. And, when that didn't pan out, then shit hit the fan. I didn't know what to do with myself. I had no idea what to do with myself, and I struggled. I struggled a lot. I struggled a lot with, the cards that I had been dealt. I had to learn somehow how to deal with them. I had to learn to accept it and keep moving forward and trust the process. Trust that at some point something good was going to come out of this. I didn't know what it was. I had a lot of unknowns, but I had to trust the process and pray a lot and pray to God, that He would lead me through, like, all these mountains and oceans and all these like huge obstacles that had been put in my way, because that's what they were. They were so surmountable that I couldn't even imagine how I was going to get over them, but I did somehow, and I'm still figuring it out. But each day, it gets better. So thank you for watching. Please like, share, comment. Please subscribe to my channel. If there's any type of content that will help moms and dads out, please put in the comments and let me know, and I will do a video on it. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.